Good afternoon. I'm just checking I can see this on my laptop. So let me just check that. Yeah, and of course it's wonky again. So let me sort that out because I hate it. It winds me up when it's like that. So let me just sort that out up here. Yeah, I'm not doing my face on camera today because quite frankly, it's not Halloween. So today is my summer Sizzler class. Well, it's not very summery, appropriately named. So I've just got 5 ladies who are doing this class with me, and I'm just going to come on briefly and share the cards because I'm not 100%. But that's fine. Hi Fiona. So the girls, this kit is still available to purchase after this class if you want to have a go at making these cards. The girls who've got the stuff in the post from me, you've got a sheet of every colour card. Oh, you might not have got cinnamon cider. I've not put cinnamon cider in mine. And then 2 pieces of thick white. And then you've got, and I did this on purpose so you could tell, I did put a crumb cake A5 in. I will show you why. And then I put 2 A5s of thin whisper white so you could tell them apart from the thick whisper white. These thick ones are really for card bases. Okay, so that was what was in the kit as far as cardstock goes. And then I've got more paper on here than the girls had. Feel free to say hello. You should have had. I'll get rid of that. I cut out these, so you've got that one in the colours, and then I think I put 3 of these in, just to help you make some cards if you don't have punches. And then you got some. That was a bonus. You got some of this ribbon and the white and the twine that goes in it. That's the flowers for flowers for every season. Hi Maria. Yeah, you need to cheer me up today. I'm not myself. Also, I popped in 2 of these. I'm going to show you how to use those. And I put a few of these in a bag as well. It was a very nice kit. And then you got 1/4 of a pack of these papers. Okay. And 1/8 of a pack of these papers because these are a larger pack. So yeah, it's just started chucking it down really bad again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of cards, and then I'll probably come offline for a bit and let you have a go at making some, and then I'll come back on and share stuff with you. So I'm not going to make everything. I'm going to show you stuff, and feel free to take a screenshot or something, or take glue dot your sheet so it doesn't annoy you. I know, Fiona, I'm messing with it all the blinking time. Yeah, so take a little screenshot of the cards. Now, if you didn't take part in this class but you got my parcel in the post, you could do some of these cards. So this is one just with the papers that could warm us up, get us using. We're not even doing any stamping with the jar because the jar doesn't have, obviously the customers also got this stamp set and the punch included, which I forgot to mention. Very important part of it. So this is just a little idea that I did on the first paper crafts and piano. And I'm going to go through the measurements with this for you, and I can also type these in. So this is 1/2 of an A4, so you cut it at 10.5 and then you score at 14.8. This piece here is 8.5. This white piece is a white piece behind. You can use your thin white for this. It's 8.5 by 12.8, and then these 3 strips are 2.5 by 12.3. And then I've used one of these and one of these like that. So, and use the sentiment that you've got, and you can use a black ink pad. So let me type that in the, so that's one card. That's a little bit of a cheap one because I've showed that before, but I'm just going to type card. Sorry, you can see my arms here. Oops. No, it's not. There we go. Hi, Jill. And then the Whisper White card is 8.5 by 12.8. And then the DSP is 2.5 by 12.3. So take a screenshot of that one if you want to, or take a photo, and then you can have a go at making that one. I'm sure you don't need me to make that one, and I have done it on paper crafts and piano. So that is that one. So that's one to get you warmed up, not using the jar. And then another one but you could use this in there again to cut your papers. This is another simple card to cut some papers out. It's a card base with Magenta Madness, and this is 5 by 14.8, and then I've just cut some papers out. So you can take a picture of that. Again, this is just a warm-up one, just to get your craft in. But what I'm going to do now is show you one of the cards that I've made, and I'm going to have a go. Now, with this class, I did say you probably need other things from your craft room. And what I want to show you is, although these stamps here, all these 4 bunches of flowers are designed to be stamped as if they're going in the jar. So it is called Jar of Flowers, yeah. You can use these stamps standalone as a decorative feature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and you could do this one with me if you've got, you just need a memento and some colouring pens or something to colour in with. So I need my mat. Okay, I'm going to put my mat under there. Now I'm colouring with blends, so I'm going to take a piece of thick white, which I'm going to trim down from my A4 that I gave you. If anyone wants to do this class after, then of course the videos will still be on here. So I'm cutting this at 10 by 14.3. Was that 14.3? I did do 14.8 there. No, I did 14.3. And I'm going to do a Just Jade card. So this is 10.5 by 14.8. Okay, that's going to be the background. Now, I have used, if you've got a big sentiment in your craft room, it's really good to use for this. And I've used a new one, which I think is a great stamp set, this one. It's shown at 95% size on the front. I like the happy a little bit late birthday. I love it. So this is a big stamp and it's red rubber. So if you've got a big, now for those of you who shopped online with me in, I can't remember if it was April or May, I got you a stamp set from the Spring Summer Mini, and it had big sentiments in it, so that would be a really good one for this. So some of you might have this. I've got my mat out, but I don't really need it for this because we're on red rubber. And I'm going to use Misty Moonlight, but again, black would work. Memento. Let me just check comments. DSP, Maria stands for Designer Series Paper. Oh, thanks, Kay. Thanks, Anne. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up. Oh, it looks very juicy. Now, yeah, I'm going going to stamp this first in the centre. That's not too bad. I just love this stamp. I think it looks fabulous embossed. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamp with like the roses on it, and I need my memento. Now you could do this with stays on if you've got watercolour pencils and watercolour brush, so just adapt to what colouring tools or mediums you've got. What I'm going to do is I'm inking this up. Okay, and I'm going to do like across the corner and get it in the middle if I can, like that. Yeah. And this is a really simple card. It's a flat card, so it's good for postage. I'm going to do another one down here, and I'm going to try and get these in. I've already got ink all over my hand. There we go. And I'm going to meet that one. I'm going to meet them together, hopefully. Well, they don't have to touch, but I just want it to look nice. There we go. One more. And these are all just ideas for you. You can do, oh look, I've made a boob, I've got a black bit there. You can do these in your own time. If I'm go too quick for you now, which I appreciate, I can do. There we go. So that's that. Now you can then start to colour that in with your blends, because I've stamped with Memento. I'm not going to make you watch me do that now, but that is just such a simple card using the stamps from the jar of flowers, yeah, that don't have to go in the jar, yeah. So that's a really nice idea for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I just came up with that as a simple card, so just a little idea for you. If you want to take a screenshot of that one, you can do, and you can have a go at doing that with whatever colouring mediums you have. So that is that one, right. So again, all these are ideas for you to do and have a go in your own time, and then you can send photos to me. So let's do one with jars. I might pop off and make a cup of tea in a moment. So I've done this one. What now? What I've done, I've tried to design two cards, very similar, for people who A, have something to colour in with, and B, don't have something to colour in with. So you can use the flowers from the papers. Yep, you can cut the flowers out. So that's two ideas, and I want to show you how I'm doing the jars, and I want to show you the papers. Now I included these papers because I thought the other papers are very, very bright, and this rustic sort of papers can calm it down a little bit. So we've got 11 watching. So yeah, I haven't put a sentiment on this one because I want to keep it just as a just in case card, because it's quite a cheerful card. So I want to show you the stamp set now properly and show you how it works, because it's a little bit interesting, this one. So you get these stamp sets sort of broken up into two parts. You get one part over here and one part that's coloured in grey there, which looks a bit weird. But what it means is these stamps are reversible, and for some of you this will be the first time that you've had a stamp that's reversible, and I want to show you what that means and how you work with it. Okay, so I'm going to get another block and I'm going to stamp on some white. I've already prepped this, but I want to show you. So I'm going to, it means you can stamp with both sides of the stamp. So I'm going to stamp on the side that's got the jar imagery on and the squiggles with my Memento black. do a couple. Like that. Yep. Put that back. Oops, trap my finger then. Oh, is it very quiet? Sorry, it's probably me. I'm probably trying to be quiet again. And let's get the volume up, Deanne. Okay, so I've stamped that in the black on the memento, and then I'm going to turn the stamp over. Okay, and I'm going to get, I'm going to use a pale blue ink. I'm going to use Pool Party, and I'm going to ink up. So this is good for you to see, Maria. I'm going to ink up the other side. I'm actually going to stamp that off, and then I'm going to stamp in the jar, and then it looks like it's filled with water. Yeah. So how cool is that? That you use both sides of the stamp. And obviously that's one of the tips I wanted to show you with this stamp set. Okay, so that's 2 jars filled with water, literally. And then I'm going to use this image, which is the stalks. Okay, or are the stalks. Need lots of blocks for this one. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the stalks so they touch the top, well, the bottom rim there of the jar. And now you think, oh, I can just see a lot of twigs, but we're going to colour them in. So if you've got a green pen, then you can colour this in with green. And I'm going to show you what I've used. I've used a Just Jade blend for this. So if you've got this stamp set, it may be worth the purchase of the Just Jade blends to be able to colour your stalks in. Yep. Could do this before you do the Pool Party stamping. It doesn't actually really matter. Let me see if we've got any comments. Oh no, I hope the volume's a bit better. Maybe I'm learning to not be as loud. I think I'm very conscious now. Oops. So what we're going to do now is you've got your punch. So you can simply get your punch, pop that in and punch the jar out. Okay, like that. Okie dokes. So I've now got 2 of those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the measurements for I'm going to do mine a bit different. I'm going to take a thick Whisper White card base. I've got one here prepared. Yep. I'm going to do mine this way, like normal way, not like tenfold. And I'm going to pick a pale, I think I like this one, a pale and a dark background. From my, these other papers are called In Good Taste. The ones that look like wood backgrounds. Just put them somewhere. And can't find them now. Let's have a look through. Oh, I found one piece that looks like it's the right size as well. Oh, whoopsie. Where have I put those blighters? Ah, they're here. Okay, so let's choose a dark wood one for the bottom. I have cut this. I'm going to check. Oh, actually, that looks right. I think I've cut it. Yeah, it's 9.7 across, and then they both need to be 7 centimetres deep. So 9.7 across. I'm going to write these measurements down, and then 7. actually, I'm going to do my, I've just realised something why I did my card tenfold before. So I'm going to change my card design to tenfold. It's a woman's prerogative. I'll just do this and then I'll write the measurements down for you. Okay. So I'm going to do it like this. Let me just see. Oh, hi, Marlene from Wisconsin. Woo, thank you. Right, so I've done it this way, and the reason is because I can tie the ribbon around here now. So these are, let me type the DSP. DSP is 9.7 centimetres wide by 7 deep times 2. So I'm going to pop that like that. So you can actually stick these down now, okay? That they're fine to adhere down to your card. Hopefully you'll find these papers useful for other projects too. There's quite a lot in this kit. And then I'm going to do this card with you, and then I'm going to make a cup of tea, and I'm going to come back in a bit and I'm going to show you how to use the mason jars, these, and I'm going to show you another fancier card that I've done. So I'm going to come back on. I know I'm whipping through these, but I'm going to come back on and go through the other ones with you. Right, so I've done that, and then I am going to tie my ribbon to cover the join. Oh, 15 of you watching. Well, that's amazing, because I didn't really announce I was doing this because I was just doing it for my class ladies, but thank you. If you fancy giving me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. Thank you. Gosh, 1 minute it's raining here and now the sun's come out. That is not the best bow I've ever done. I think I'll do that again. I'll try again. I think Craig's on the phone upstairs to his uncle or something. We're doing a quiz tonight with his family. We do it on a Saturday night, so I think he's just talking to him. Gosh, I've made hard work of that one. But I do love my little bits of, I love my ribbons. Right, so let's cut that, and then I'll check comments, and then I'm going to show you alternatives for this, okay? So let's have a look. Ah, that's fine. So what you can do then is your jar can go there like that, yep. And then you can choose which flowers to stamp out and add them into your jar. So the two that I've got are this, and then I've done the sunflowers. So I think I'm going to cut out the papers because everybody has the papers, and it's easier for people to cut out the papers and use those, I think, if you're in agreement, because not everybody on the class will have blends, and that's why I've done it this way, so that everybody can take part. I'm now pilfering through my papers to see which ones I can use. Ooh, do you know, I might do, I don't know if that's going to go with the yellow ribbon. Right, I'm going to use this one, but I am using this on another card in a bit. But that's fine, I do love these ones, so I'm going to use these. Oh, they're my ribbon scissors. No, that's a big no-no. go. Just cut. It's sort of like I can't talk when I'm cutting out sometimes. Right, so sorry, I'm just cutting and these are quite delicate to cut out, but I do love the look of this. And the great thing about this is there's so many floral images on these papers that you can get so much mileage. I mean, I've only included a quarter of a pack, so you've 12 sheets, but it's such a great pack of papers, really, really is. It's got all the new in colours in. Obviously it goes with this suite. So I've done one. Let's check for comments. Better now, thanks. All right, Deanna. Maybe I'm just not myself today. I think I'm just exhausted. Anyway, got to get better. It's my birthday on Friday. I do love this paper, this one. I don't know if Craig's on the phone to someone, bless him. Right. So I want this to look like, well, obviously a jar of flowers. I do love a bit of fussy cutting. And what I do is I tend to move the paper rather than moving my scissors. And I leave a little bit of white space, even though it's not white, it's sort of pale pink. So there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build this up and work out where I like that. So I quite like that one there with the yellow one there. And I'm wondering if it could do with another, like a red one, but maybe I'll not go too much with it, because obviously there's a lot of stalks there. You see, that looks better. Do faff about sometimes. Right, I'm gonna leave that like that. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna pop some foam pads. Oh, my desk is an absolute craftermath. I'm gonna pop some foam pads on here, and I'm gonna pop this so the jar sort of is gonna hold the ribbon down a little bit, like so, like that. And hope that I've got it in the middle. Yeah, that's not bad. And then it's up to you. You can have these layered up, or you can have one stuck to the back, or yeah, it's up to you. You can just play about with it, you know. It's creativity after all. Faff about with it a bit. I'm going to pop the foam pad on there because I think I'll have it layered up. I think I might be getting a cuppa in a minute. I'm hoping I do. Okay, so let's have that sort of spilling out over the jar there. And then I'm going to pop a foam pad up here, like that. And then what I think I'm going to do is do another red one at the back. Any more comments? Oh, are you all crafting away? Let me see how long I've been on. 29 minutes. I thought I'll do a good half hour, and then do 3 or 4, show you 3 or 4 cards, and then come off and have a personal break, natural break, and then come back on and show you a couple of trickier cards. I've got a bit more of an in-depth one that's a fancy fold to show you that I love. So I hope you come back for that. I'll show you it before, and I'll agree a time, and I'll put another thing on when I'm going to come back on. That's okay with everybody. And obviously all these videos are going to stay on my channel, so that's not a problem for catching up with. Okay, that's why I like doing my videos on here, because they're easy to find, they stay on here, and it's helping my YouTube hours and everything as well, because I'm trying to build that up. So what I'm doing with this one is I'm going to pop this one, and I might actually do it flat, and I'm going to stick it behind there, like, I don't know if it's the right shape now. That looks like it's upside down and it's too high. Do you know what? I don't know if it's right. Let's have a look, see. No, it's too much. It's too much with that one. So I've got a little jar there of my flowers. I am doing this again on another one that I'm going to show you. So I might actually put a sentiment up there. Now I did prepare these because I was showing Maria. I could do a thanks. I was showing Maria how these, how the punch works. So I could do a thanks there like that. Or should I do it? Nah, I might actually. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if it feels right, that. What about a smaller, thinner one? But if I chop some off. Yep, I think I'm going to leave that and work with it and have a think about that. You're really enjoying watching, thank you. Oh, good, thank you. Gosh, I'm just like rabbiting on. I think the thanks could look quite nice there, but obviously it's too long. So let me just chop that down. Chop that down. I've not got this punch out because I wasn't going to use this. I've not chopped that straight, so I don't know how that's going to work. It was a little bit wonky, so we'll see. We'll see. Oops. Oh, now I can't get that back out. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I didn't get that in quite right. But let's have that up there like that. What do you think? Yeah, I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to do it down flat. Oops. I just used this because some of you have got this stamp set from the Coffee and Card, the last one I did. Just to let you know, there are still places left on the next one that starts 21st of July. So booking closes next weekend. So there, look at that. That's that one. All right. So let me just have a tidy up. And what time are we on? And let's have a recce and a reconvene at what we've done, so you can have a go at making them. And then I'm going to show you a little bit more in-depth usage of it. So far, we've not used these yet, and this is really important because they're a little bit trickier, so I'm going to come back and do that. Okay, so far I showed you these just for using paper and the ribbon and the sweet in general. So they were just some warm-up ones, which you can make. They're easy makes. And then I showed you that one, yeah, where you can use the imagery from the flowers in the jar to go around the edge and colour that in with the blends, yeah. And then we've done these 3. So this is the one that I've just done. I actually think that's my favourite one. I think the flowers look a bit quite realistic in the jar. Yep. So I think it sounds like Craig's made me a cuppa. So what I'm going to do, well, I can hear a teaspoon tipping. I'm going to show you the next I'm going to show you some more cards that I'm going to come back and do. So what time are we on now? 3:05. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you these cards, and I'm going to come back online at 3:30. I'll put another link on to go through these cards with you. So I'm going to have a cuppa and have a little personal break. And we'll do, and you can carry on doing what you've done, and if you've made any cards, or if you're just using it for reference to come back to, then send me a picture of what you've made. But the next ones I'm going to show you are, oh man, I got them out with the jars on. Hang on a minute, hang on. Well, I might have to show you. I can see one of them. I might have to show you. That was one with a jar, with one of the jars. The other one looks like it's gone in. So I'll have a look for it, and we'll do it when I come back. But anyway, that one was just to show you how to use the jars and how to stick them in, because they are quite technical. But this is my favourite one that I'm going to show you how to make. This is like the pièce de résistance one, and it's a fancy fold. It's a pop-up folding card, and but it folds flat like that. So I'm going to come back on, and it's not as hard as it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the stuff made, cut out for that, or I might actually do it when you're watching, and we'll come back on and do this one with you. Okay. Let me see. That's a fun fold. It is. It's really good. It's one of my team. Amanda designed it. So I'll see you on or around 30:30. Okay. I'll come back on, and I'll put, thanks Maria, and I'll put another link on. So thank you for now, and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks. Bye.